Hello everyone, this is a quick tutorial of our latest release, V3 and image to image. So let me just show you how you can use it. It's now live in Mago and you can access it like this. Open up any project, and whenever you create a new track here, you'll be able to still upload an image, but you can now create your first image. Image to image and style transfer allows you to stylize the first frame of your render. I'll show you how it works. So you can see here that it's grabbing the first frame here. In this case, it's the first frame of this range. And I can stylize it like this. You can add your prompt, you can add a style reference image, in this case, this painting with an pass-through effect, and then you can just tweak your settings and make sure that you're getting the best result. You can already see that it's going to be sent to the queue at the top here, and you can already start iterating. In this case, since we want this sort of unfinished pass-through effect, we can lower the steps. We can increase the image weight and lower the CFG by a little bit. We can also check out control nets, maybe reduce the canny so that we have something that's a bit more imperfect. Whatever you want, you can go back to the default settings to try again. But you can also see here that I've generated a few images already. You can download an image like this. You can also tweak an image. Let's say I want to expand on this one, so I will tweak it, and this populates the settings here and allows me to create the same image or use it as a starting point, or I can simply use it to create a new render. In this case, let's go ahead and use this image. And now, as you can see, it has been added as a style reference image. With the auto prompt feature, I'm also able to get a prompt based on this image that shows, for example, an oil painting and pass-through effects and so on. Our previous model and workflow here is V2. So you can launch a test with V2. Generally speaking, even for V2, it's better to use a stylized frame from your video since it will be much closer to the final input and will yield better results and more stable results overall. But we mostly have a new model, which is V3, and V3, as you can read here, is a stylization of the first frame, and all the video will be driven by this first frame. So let's give it a try and let's launch it. And I can show you already some examples of how V2 compares to V3. Here's the result of V2. As you can see, it flickers quite a bit. It's pretty artistic, but you don't have something that's stable, and it's also an interpretation of the end result. However, the same result in V3 yields something much more interesting. As you can see here that it's fully stable, and it even generates additional elements like waves underwater. You can see other examples here. You can be very creative with this, and generally speaking, it's a much faster and much smarter model than before. And you can see here how the results compare. It's following the initial one pretty closely, and it's overall much more detailed and much more predictable. This model will be greatly expanded in the next few weeks and will allow you to transform and work on more complex shots that weren't possible before. Now let's check out what we just did. Let's check out here on the queue. Tokyo is ready. So what do we have here? This is V2. As you see, it's an interpretation of the original one, and here is V3. It's the exact frame, very well preserved. And here are some examples of what you can achieve with it. You now have access to V3, so you can jump in, create a style reference image with image to image, and create new renders with it, and works on shots that were not possible before, much more consistent with no flickering at all.